Would I be the asshole for going to my friend's unwedding reception? My buddy Kalen was supposed to get married to his ex-fiancée Kaylee next weekend. They were together like 4-5 years and seemed like a perfect couple, in love, happy, always doing sweet things for each other, etc. We always joked that they were relationship goals. So everyone was shocked when Kaylee called us last week frantically asking if we knew where Kalen was. He just didn't come home from work that day, no warning, no nothing. I don't know what all went down, but a couple of days ago Kaylee makes a post that the wedding is off, but there's still going to be an unwedding party, reception, because it's too late to get most of the refunds. Immediately after, Kalen starts messaging all of us upset, asking if we're going. Apparently he was going through something but wanted to stay together, and Kaylee broke up with him instead. Now he's devastated. He's furious that we're thinking of partying when that will be just a hard day for him and he needs support. Our friends are split. The way I see it, I already took time off for the wedding. Our cabins are already booked and I don't know if we can get refunds. We already bought new clothes for the wedding, and we were looking forward to a romantic weekend away in the mountains. It sucks that Kalen is heartbroken, but he kind of brought it on himself. Plus, Kaylee has upgraded the cash bar to an open bar. But my other friends think that since we're his friends first, we should be there for him when he's going through a hard time, even if it's his own dumbass fault, and that we'll be responsible if he harms himself while we're partying and drinking. They say we should use the time off to do something nice with him instead. Not the asshole. WTF are you going through that you couldn't even call or text the person you were supposed to marry? Clearly the excuse wasn't good enough if she broke up with him anyway. Enjoy the open bar. Not the asshole. We'll be responsible if he harms himself while we're partying and drinking. Nope. Kalen had ample opportunity to prevent the breakup in the first place by getting himself therapy to help him through whatever he was going through, instead of pulling a disappearing act. If he still hasn't figured out that maybe he should look into that before he fucks anything else up for himself, that's on him. Besides, if other people have already decided they'd rather hang out with him than do Kaylee's thing, clearly you don't need to worry about him being alone. So what's the problem with you making a different call here? What was Kalen going through, exactly? You have got to keep us up to date with this. I need to know why the wedding was off. This typically happens when there is cheating. Find out who did the cheating and support the person that was cheated on. Not the asshole unless he plans on paying you for whatever you paid out. He vanishes into thin air at the last minute and he's mad that the party is basically going on without him. Oh well, sucks to be him. An unwedding is the perfect way to make the best of a bad situation. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Kalen could have come to his friends for support before vanishing on his fiancée. Kaylee is a boss for having this party anyway. Am I the asshole for blowing up at my wife for going to her gender reveal appointment without me? My wife and I are expecting our first baby together. We made an appointment to find out the gender of the baby. To me, this is very important. I had hopes for a boy. Unfortunately, the day of the doctor appointment I had to attend my friend's birthday that I remembered last minute. I asked my wife if we could cancel the appointment and go another day, but she looked shocked that I even considered canceling the appointment and going to my friend's birthday. I said I had no choice. She said canceling the doctor appointment was off the table because these appointments are restricted to specific time and date and we can't miss it, so she'll go alone. I told her no because that'd be selfish of her, and besides this will ruin the news of finding out if the baby is a boy or a girl. She cut the discussion and told me to go to the birthday party. I did, then later found out she didn't cancel the doctor appointment and went with her mom. I came home seething and blew up at her. I started arguing with her about going behind my back and doing this without me. She said it wasn't her fault I prioritized a party over my child. I told her I didn't prioritize anything. She literally could have canceled and we would have went another day, but clearly, she was trying to steer the fight to a direction where I look like the neglectful and irresponsible one. We fought some, then she said I'm probably angry with her because it's a girl, but I responded that she was wrong. She went outside the room claiming I was stressing her out, now acts like I owe her an apology on top of everything else, but I feel upset and like I was deceived by her. Am I the asshole? Info. First off, Jesus, I swear I came here thinking I was somewhat justified in my frustration, but I was wrong it seems. Although I just want to point out that I did not just go to the party without telling my wife and having a discussion with her first. Also, the friend lives 2 hours away, so I had to leave at 2 and the appointment was at 4. I did not know she went, and I would have appreciated it if she at least was upfront with me about what she did. She could have said she was going anyway, but instead told me to go to the party and had me thinking she was going to cancel and reschedule. Edit for those who are speculating on the type of parent I am. We really don't know enough to make those assumptions, so I'd appreciate it if you just focus on the conflict I just presented. You asked your wife to reschedule the gender reveal appointment because you wanted to go to a birthday party. Your wife gives a valid reason for not rescheduling, and you called her selfish because you wanted to go to a birthday party. You told your wife she couldn't go to the appointment without you because you wanted to go to a birthday party. How dense do you have to be to not realize the moment you asked her to reschedule the appointment you were prioritizing the party over the appointment? I feel bad for your wife. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. To me, this is very important. I had hopes for a boy. Unfortunately, the day of the doctor appointment I had to attend my friend's birthday that I remembered last minute. If I was your wife, I'd be pissed too that you decided to go to a birthday party that wasn't even important enough to remember about until the last minute. You are the asshole. Your priorities are wildly skewed. Appointment party you remembered last minute. You had a choice and you made the wrong one. Your wife is 100% justified in being pissed at you, and you were the neglectful and irresponsible one. Will you miss the birth because some random thing you just remembered came up? Will you get pissed at your wife because she couldn't hold it in? You are the asshole. She was trying to steer the fight to a direction where I look like the neglectful and irresponsible one. Because you were. How is that not obvious to you? You were double booked because you screwed up. And once you were in that situation, you prioritized the choice that mattered less. Thanks for the laugh. You are the asshole. I'll remember you for such hits as, I had to attend my friend's birthday. I said I had no choice. That'd be selfish. I told her I didn't prioritize anything. You probably could have attended both things, but priorities. You are the asshole. Do you realize that appointments are hard to make in a timely fashion due to this little thing known as a pandemic going on? Obviously this, oops I forgot about it, party was more important to you. Leave your wife alone. She actually kept to her commitment. You are the asshole. And further, I predict that you will delete this post when you see that popular opinion isn't going your way and find a way to continue to rationalize your behavior. Apologize to your wife. Take a look at your life's priorities and buy yourself a dang organizer so you don't double-booked important life events. You are the asshole. You did prioritize a party over finding out your child's gender. The appointment was more important. You made the wrong choice. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that yes, the gym is more important to me than her and her daughter? I, 32 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 29 female, for about 18 months. She has the cutest little 4-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. As our relationship has progressed, I've been spending more and more time at my girlfriend's place, to the point that I've all but moved in with them. This is mostly just because it's logistically easier for me to go to her place since she has a kid and I don't. I work from 4:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. I get to bed by 4 a.m. and then wake up around noon, and then on most days head off to the gym and spend about 2 hours there total. I like to work out. It makes me feel good, keeps me healthy, and I also consider it a professional responsibility to stay in shape. Working 10-hour shifts means that I don't have a ton of time in between shift, but that I also have more days off than most working people. This was never a problem until I, basically, moved in with my girlfriend. Suddenly lately when I wake up and try to head off to the gym, she's all, "Oh, it's all about you, huh?" Or, "You only care about doing what you need to do. My daughter doesn't understand why you are leaving and why you don't want to spend time with us." The last time things came to a head. When my girlfriend started objecting to my going to the gym, I told her, "I'll see you and your daughter for a little bit before I go off to work, and then tomorrow I'm off and don't have a workout scheduled, so we'll have the whole day together. But I have to get my workout in today. It's a priority." She then responded, "So, the gym is a priority, but me and my daughter aren't? If you want to be part of this family, it's not all about you anymore. So what's more important to you? The gym, or us?" I responded, "Well, if you're going to force me to choose instead of making room for something that you know is important to me, then I guess I have to choose the gym." I then left. I'm sitting in my own apartment now. Things may be over. In fairness, I should note that she wasn't insisting that I never go to the gym again. She just wanted to renegotiate my schedule. But I was unwilling because I felt as if that would get in the way of my goals. Am I the asshole? This feels more like incompatibility than asshole territory. I also kind of feel like you were backed into making a choice. She gave you an either or question, which of course sounds terrible. I'm going no assholes here because it just seems like your lives don't seem to be a good fit. Not everyone fits together and that's okay. She wants to spend time with you. I can see why saying, the gym is a priority. Seeing you isn't would be hurtful for her. You can have multiple priorities. You should be able to compromise and find time to spend time with your partner also. Her comments of, oh it's all about you, and asking to choose between gym and them is over the top. Work on y'all's communication. Honestly I think not the asshole. You had a routine this entire time before them and she wants you to change it because they don't see enough of you? I assume you made it the way you do because it works best around your schedule? Also, how does a 4-year-old understand that new daddy is at the gym? Sounds a bit controlling on her side, but it also sounds like you may have delivered your message a bit aggressively? Either way, not the asshole in my opinion. Not the asshole. She knew your routine before letting you stay consistently. She pressed the issue in a very unfair way and expected a good response. You explained that you'd have more time the next day and could spend a bit of time with them before your shift. Don't quite know what the issue is here. My boyfriend goes to the gym frequently and plays football multiple times a week. If it isn't one of the set days he checks in to make sure we don't have plans etc. I wouldn't expect him to give up something that he enjoys and benefits his mental health. Not the asshole workout today. Hangout tomorrow was a good compromise, but she didn't want that. She wanted to force an ultimatum and she got what she wanted. Just be ready to move on, mate, because it sounds like the two of you are probably pretty incompatible here. Not the asshole. Leave. With a response like that you aren't ready to be a dad, but that is what girlfriend wants. Nothing wrong with that. Compatibility issue. Y'all are incompatible and need to just go your own ways. You're clearly not ready to date somebody with a kid, and she clearly needs someone more involved. Info: how long and how often are you going to the gym? Edit. Reread and I see now. You are the asshole. No one needs to go to the gym for 2 hours daily. Cut it down to every other day or 45 minutes each day and make time for your partner and child. I am married to a gym bunny. He goes daily for 45 minutes immediately after work. We simply consider it part of his working day. Why not do this? Am I the asshole for telling my daughter to butt out of my personal life and asking her to stay with her mom? So me, 35M, and my ex-wife Holly, 35F, have a 16-year-old daughter named Shay. Me and Holly started dating when we were 14 and divorced 1.5 years ago. The reason was she felt like she hasn't experienced dating since we got together so young. And she was getting curious but didn't want to step out on me. So I agreed to not hold her back and we divorced. We immediately got Shay into therapy. And she handled the whole thing really well at first. Well, I started to date, it was weird but kinda exciting. Shay was happy for me and encouraged me to go on dates. Well, everything changed. Me and Holly spent the night together 8 months ago and my daughter found us the next morning. She was giddy. But we explained to her that we weren't getting back together. That we just have a very strong bond and are best friends. But she shouldn't have found out. Ever since Shay's been a nightmare. I was dating a teacher from her school and she tried to sabotage it. Shay would show up on our dates, we track each other's location. She would constantly bring up her mom in front of the girl I was dating. She was rude to her. Eventually we split because she didn't want the drama. The past 8 months Shay has been sending me pics of her and her mom in workout classes. She keeps telling me about Holly's new fitness. Holly has lost weight and she looks freaking incredible. But I kept telling her that me and her mom are better apart right now. About 4 months ago Holly calls me. She admitted to drinking a bottle of wine and saying some stuff to Shay. She told her the reason we split up and that she regretted it and wanted the family back together. And that she was done dating because she hated it. I sat down Shay and explained to her again my stance. That I absolutely love her and her mom, and that there was definitely a possibility of reconciliation down the line. But at this point I was having fun. So I started to see Shay's friend's mom around this time. We kept it from the girls until we thought it was real. Shay freaked out. She cut off her friend. She sent my girlfriend a lengthy Facebook message that basically said she was wasting her time. That I was in love with my ex. I talked to Shay about how inappropriate that was. And we got her back into therapy. So last week my girlfriend was trying to get something from my house. I wasn't home but Shay was. My girlfriend knocked on the door. Shay saw who it was and wouldn't open the door. I called her and told her to open it. And she refused. I had to run home from work to let my girlfriend in. I was furious with Shay. I basically told her that she needed to butt out of my personal life. And that maybe it would be best if she stayed at her mom's. We don't have a formal custody agreement, for a while. Until she could accept that I was dating. She left and I called Holly. Holly thinks I'm being an aw. Am I the asshole? You and the ex are both awes for undoing 10 months of therapy for a one-night stand. Can you not date someone who has a close proximity to your daughter? You dated a teacher at her school and her friend's mom? Really? You and your wife basically undid everything therapy-wise, but now you're basically butting into your kid's personal life. Your daughter's actions aren't great, but she's confused and her mental health is definitely all over the place. Maybe you need to focus on that and not dating people so close to her own life. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. You are absolutely, without a doubt, 100% the asshole. So y'all uproot this girl's entire family life and a year and a half later she's expected to see you dating and being serious with her friend's mother. And when she has a warranted reaction, you tell her to leave. You're choosing a few months old relationship over your daughter. Absolutely pathetic. You are the asshole dating a teacher at your daughter's school and a friend's parent? You are butting into her personal life if anything. You are the asshole. Which person is 16? Your personal life is her personal life if you're dating her friend's mother and sending your girlfriend over to the house. You need to apologize for how you handled this. You absolutely can suggest it might be better for her to live with her mother if you dating is upsetting her, but you cannot scream at her to butt out when you aren't keeping things separate. Not that you should need to keep them separate, but you are not handling this well at all and no wonder your daughter is flipping out. You need to go to a therapy session or two with your daughter. You are the asshole. You divorced but then allowed your daughter to become aware of the post-divorce hookup. Your ex told her she wanted you back and you told your daughter maybe later but you are having some fun. She's 100% right in her mind to see the women you date as obstacles to what you've told her is reasonable to hope for. And it you feel like you need time but want to be with your ex, possibly then getting into a dating pool with women connected to your daughter, like her friend's mom, is incredibly inappropriate unless it's a casual Tinder hookup type situation. To give anyone the impression you've moved on when you haven't isn't okay. And if you have moved on and don't want your ex, then you lied to your daughter and that's not okay. Do you find no women other than your daughter's teachers and her friend's mom? WTF is wrong with you? Tinder is a thing. Use it. Could her extreme reactions have something to do with the fact you keep dating women she interacts with? Teacher? Mom's friend? A little bit of you are the asshole.